Morning, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome on the cold day. Good to see all of you here. So today will be quite a good session for us to understand, more like a informal session. So if you have any questions, please hold them on till we finish the presentation. All right, okay. So understanding ProviTrust. So before we go into the understanding ProviTrust part, I need to touch a bit about CPF nomination first. And this chart, I think, should be quite familiar to some or many of you. This is our framework brochure. So you can use this to share with your client on your first meeting if you find that you don't know how to start the conversation. But I don't think this is a problem for this group, right? You look very seasoned to me. I was a former ESP as well, but not as seasoned as you. Okay, so let's understand a bit about the process of when a person passes on, how is the estate distributed. So if we can just have an understanding, right? What are the things that you can put into the will and what are the things that you cannot put into the will? So for example, financial assets, definitely they can go into the will. Same with digital assets. Okay, investment property, okay, insurance as well, business and valuables, except for CPF, yes. So we all know that that cannot be part of the will. And then how does your client have to give his money away in the CPF? Nomination, yes. Thank you for the answer. Okay, so we'll touch a bit about CPF nomination, how it goes, and what are the limitations. And then we look into ProviTrust. Then you can appreciate, right, the difference. Okay, so CPF nomination allows your client, the CPF member, to give his CPF money away through nomination. So they can decide who to give to, or even a charity organization. Okay, so there are two ways to give. First is by cash. That means upon demise, the CPF balance goes straight to the nominee's cash bank account. Okay. Secondly is by going into the CPF account of the nominee. Okay, then these are the two ways. And the things that can go in are your CPF OA, SA, but so those about 55, take note, this will be taken away. So it will be RA only, and the MA as well. Okay. So these are the things that will go in from the CPF member to the nominee account. And further on, we are to understand that CPF can nominate an individual or organization to receive the money. Could be a charity in that way. Let's say a client to give to charity also can. So they can just nominate the charity as well. Okay. It also allows flexibility and control. So members can actually update or revoke the nomination at any time in their lifetime. Okay. So if no nomination is made, then the part of the money will go to public trustee. If let's say they are minors, for example, okay. But where else ProviTrust, if you can consider ProviTrust, is a way for your clients to funnel the CPF saving into ProviTrust as well. That's the reason why ProviTrust came about, okay, to handle the CPF portion. And we have exciting features whereby we allow you to even move the CPF money, directly to the will. Later on, we explore how can that be done. Okay. So again, just to reiterate again, it's a standalone, it's separate from the will. Okay, you can select individuals, you can specify the percentage of each nominee, and also assuming all paperwork is done, right, the money is out in 15 days to the nominees. It's as fast as that. Okay. So for example, when a person before they got married, they nominated whoever, and then after they get married, right, all this thing is revoked. But if divorce happens, it will not revoke. So the client have to actually go and re-nominate again if let's say divorce happens. Okay. So what is covered under the CPF nomination? The left side shows about the OA, MA, and RA, your CPF life premium balances, assuming they are above 65, and then they pass on, after they take the CPF life income for a few years, then they pass on, the unused balance can also be nominated away. Okay. And also your discounted Singtel shares, who's still holding on to it? Who want to sell? Don't know how to sell. Okay, so I think that's one thing, discounted Singtel shares. And so what is not covered will be your properties that you actually make down payment with when you bought your property, HDB or private. So this money is actually out of your CPF, which needs to be so-called done in the will. That means you need to take into consideration this part of the money that will be formed part of your will. Okay, and also your DPS, don't forget that, because a lot of clients don't know that they have the dependent protection scheme and they forgot to do a nomination. So in this case, it goes to intestacy, right? If let's say they don't do a nomination. Okay, so that is important as well to remind them. Could be a conversation starter, I don't know. We can just check them, have you done your DPS nomination? At the same time, also talk about CPF. Then at the same time, talk, hey, how about using CPF to, give it to your beneficiary who are young in a staggered manner. So you slowly bring in ProviTrust as well. Okay, and also your CPFIS investments. This is where you use your CPF to invest. So this money is also part of your will, your estate, which you need to be willed away. So what are the limitations of CPF? Okay, there's no flexibility. Okay, this will be a lump sum payout. Okay, so let's say you allocate 10%, 10%, 80%, so it will be a lump sum in this manner. Okay, no control over usage, meaning to say that the minute the money goes out to your nominee, they can spend it any way they want. And if let's say they do not manage the money, then again, the money can be squandered away. So why not find a way to give out in a periodic manner so that the nominee doesn't mishandle the money or use it in a negative way, to so-called to spend away the money. Okay, this one provision for minors is important because some of them, some of the clients who are quite young, who are young kids, right? So let's say they do a nomination. The money will be held by, upon death, the money held by a public trustee. So the guardian, in order to access the fund, have to go to public trustee to ask for money. And they must prove that they cannot support the child. So then public trustee will look at your scenario and then they will approve accordingly. So that process also can be quite cumbersome. If let's say the money is given to public trustee to handle. Okay. Also, in the event of, let's say, the beneficiary passing on, there's no substitute. So you can have many, many nominees in your CPF, but you're not allowed to have any substitute. Right? So what happens is that if, let's say, one of the nominee pass on, his share is actually given to the surviving, so-called the balance of the other nominees, which may not need the money. But actually, your parents may need it more. But somehow, because of CPF nomination, this money cannot be given more to your parents, even if they need it more. Okay, so there's no provision for substitute. Okay, so for unnominated funds, right, when public trustee office handle, there's also charges. Okay, so there's no free service by the government. You still need to pay for all these fees. Okay, so this is the charges. Okay, so you're looking at, let me just pointer. Okay, you can see the table. First 1,000, 2.4, then 1.5, and going down to 0.3%. Okay, and even for minors too as well. So because when they do nominate, then public trustee take over, there will be two sets of charges. The first set is actually for the CPF balance, and second set is because when public trustee hold the money, they have to invest into FD to earn interest. So again, there will be a charge on the FD interest earned, ultimately when they pay out the fund to the child who is 21 years old. Okay. This is the one-time fee. Yes. Okay. So now we come. Yes, correct. At the point. Yes, yes, yes. Correct. So now we come to understanding ProviTrust. Okay, so hopefully now you understand a bit about CPF. Now you appreciate what ProviTrust can do. We will touch on number one first, and then later on we'll go back to the continue back with this slide. Okay, so ProviTrust, we can appoint individual trustee, okay, or appoint a corporate trustee. So like Precepts, we can be appointed as a corporate trustee as well. So let's look at the duties of, we look at trustee duty because CPF doesn't have executor duties. So we just look at the trustee duty column. So firstly, the lay trustee, individual trustee, his job is to identify and locate the beneficiary. Okay, and then hold the assets for the duration of the trust. So let's say this is a periodic giving trust, for example, right? Then this individual trustee have to hold on and give out every month until the vesting age of the child, depending on what the so-called the person, the settlor, who actually decides what's the vesting age. Okay, and then they will distribute according to the intentions. And this trustee also must have clear accounting records. So not many individual trustees will bother to do this kind of clear accounting records. So sometimes could be a legal lawsuit happening because of this. Like for example, this person, case study, right? He he was a sole administrator of the brother estate. So instead of using the money to give to the beneficiary, he bought stocks with it. $500,000. That's a lot of money that he actually used for himself. Help himself to the money, because trustee have access to the funds anytime he wants to use it. And also another case study, family in court tussle over $500,000 estate. You can see from the table there, this lady, she got a flat, then she passed on, and the flat, when she sold, supposed to be given to the 4 children, her children, but of course, sadly, the 2 daughters passed on. And in this scenario, right, the shares, when after they sell the flat, should be split among the deceased estate as well, under the daughter side. But the late trustee didn't know about that, so they actually used the money for themselves. So although they went to court and they won the case, but because the trustee spent the money, so they could not even give out the money to the to the other beneficiaries of the deceased estate. Okay. So ProviTrust have option for professional trustee. This part I would like to highlight about expertise, the second point. Okay, individual trustee, because they don't do this in a day in, day out basis. So they may not be familiar with the law, for example, how to apply, what are the documents to submit. Okay, versus a corporate trustee. So this is where Precepts come in, our strength. We are dedicated expertise in trust administration. Okay, so basically we handle it on a day-to-day basis. And therefore we are more familiar on how do we handle the different type of assets, what are the documents needed to be submitted. Okay, and lastly, of course, is the cost. You appoint individual trustee, zero cost. Okay, but imagine if you are a trustee, right? Although it's helping out a friend, for example, if you do this for 20 years, right? After 5 years, you will tired already because every month have to give out money, have to take care of the beneficiary, and they are not being paid. So it's a voluntary role. So I mean, not many people want to volunteer for this kind of trustee role. But of course, I don't know, maybe among us, maybe some who don't mind doing it. So I cannot say that nobody want to do. Maybe some of you don't mind doing it, okay? But compared to Precept, yes, we do apply a admin fee. But because we apply admin fee, we also will act in the good interest of the SEFLAW, who appoint us as their corporate trustee. Okay, so Precept as well, we will manage it in a different way. Okay, so we got 2 types of trusts under ProviTrust. Later we can go in depth into it. Okay, so discretionary trust and fixed trust. So you can see on the left side, the discretionary trust side, you can see the picture of water. That means they can decide how much to pour in to that empty container, if you will. Okay, but if you fixed trust, it's like eating pizza 8 slices only. You cannot cut the 10. Maybe you can, but somebody will get a smaller slice. Hopefully it's not me. Okay, so when you cut, so fixed trust, basically they will just allocate accordingly and cannot be changed. So let's watch this video for a while.
Welcome to EPPL Digital's Guide to Fixed and Discretionary Trusts. This video will help you understand the difference between the 2 available forms of trust. When you want to set up a trust, you will need to decide whether you want to set up a fixed or discretionary trust. A fixed trust means there will be fixed distributions to your beneficiaries. The beneficiary's entitlement is set out and cast in stone during the onset of the trust. These instructions of the settlor are stipulated on the trust deed. The appointed trustee will have to strictly follow those instructions and will have no power to alter the distributions. A change of instructions means a change of trustee. Fixed distributions is just like cutting a pizza into portions. Once you have cut the size of each slice and specified the slice to be given to the named beneficiaries, the trustee holds the pizza for the time being. Thereafter, the trustee has the duty to give the slices to the named beneficiaries accordingly. The trustee doesn't have the power to change the size of the slice or give a slice to any other beneficiary. For a fixed trust, you may name up to 5 beneficiaries. If any of the beneficiaries pass away before the settlor's demise, the entitlement will expire and the original share will be split up proportionally among the other named beneficiaries. If one of the beneficiaries passes away after the settler's demise, before they receive their entitlement, that share will fall into the deceased beneficiary's estate. Fixed trust means fixed entitlement. Even though the beneficiary has passed away, the entitlement will still go to their estate. Fixed trust also means that there's no protection from the beneficiary's creditors.
Okay. Okay, then we look at the
Welcome to
what are the
EPPL Digital's
fixed
Guide
versus
to Fixed and
discretionary.
Discretionary Trusts. This video will help you understand.
Okay. Okay. So this is the pictorial description of what we just watched. So if you can look over here, where's my pointer? Fixed trust. Not going this way. Oh, use a mouse. Okay. So fixed trust. Okay. So before settlor demise. Okay. So in fixed trust, you only can have up to 5 beneficiary maximum. Okay, and then they have their own shares. So before settlor demise, and then this beneficiary pass on, his share will be given to the surviving beneficiary proportionately. Okay.
Proportionally, right?
Yes, correct.
The
Proportionally.
illustration show equally. Proportionally. Yeah?
Yes, it was proportionally. Okay, so after settlor demise, that means the trust activated and they have started receiving their shares, and assuming that this beneficiary passed on during that period, his shares will be given to his estate. It's not shared among the others surviving. Okay, so that's the difference here. Once the things start, they cannot change. If they give to you already, and then let's say the person not around, then this person estate will continue to receive. Okay, so it could be, yes, you say.
Fixed trust is not this irrevocable trust.
In a way, it is because you cannot change the terms and conditions once you set up as a fixed trust. In a way, it is. Of course, in your lifetime, you can change it, no issue. But once that once the thing, yeah, correct. Correct. But in your lifetime, if let's say the settlor suddenly say, yeah, I don't change the discretionary trust, it can be changed. Just have to. Of course, yes. It's okay, only when you start distribution, then it cannot be changed. That's what I meant. Yeah, correct. Can. Yes.
So let's say if one of the beneficiaries the shares is given over the duration.
Over the duration, yes. That's why ProviTrust is set up. It can be done monthly or annually or year.
Yes. So one of the beneficiaries. So then the share is still given to his estate.
Correct.
But it's given to his estate, not in a lump sum.
No, depending on the setup previously, the original setup. Yes. Okay, so fixed trust beneficiary arrangement. Okay, this part is actually to, so let's say when settler passes away, the trust becomes active, you go to the estate of the deceased beneficiary, which is what I just explained to you. Okay, this is in the work form. Okay, then now we talk about discretionary trust.
A discretionary trust, on the other hand, is a trust where you might name beneficiaries that are to receive distributions, but they do not have any specific entitlements. Any distributions to them is up to the discretion of the trustee. This is preferred when the settler may not want to decide presently who among his beneficiaries should receive and the amounts that should be allocated. Or the settler would like protection for the beneficiaries against potential creditors. The trustee is guided by a letter of wishes set out by the settler as to his or her preferred form of distributions to the beneficiaries. The trustee will ordinarily follow what is stated in the letter of wishes, but may deviate from it should there be good reasons to do so. Change of preferred distributions can be done with amendments to the letter of wishes. Imagine that the water in a jug represents your total assets held by the trustee in your trust. The trustee holding the jug of water has the discretion to decide how much water to pour, when to pour, and when not to pour. The trustee has the power to exercise discretion for the best interest of the beneficiaries, either by not pouring anything or pour more into the cup of a more needy beneficiary. When setting up your ProviTrust as a discretionary trust, you can have one main group of up to 5 beneficiaries and one substitute group of also up to 5 beneficiaries. If any beneficiary pass away, that deceased beneficiary will no longer receive. For the main group, by default, the deceased beneficiary's share as specified in the letter of wishes will be available to the surviving beneficiaries at the trustee's discretion. If all the beneficiaries in the main group pass away, the benefit will be given to the substitute group. For the substitute group, if a beneficiary passes away, his or her preferred share as specified in the letter of wishes will be available to the rest of the surviving beneficiaries, but at the trustee's discretion. If there are no surviving beneficiaries for both main and substitute group, the distribution will be based on the trustee's discretion, guided by a default trust provision where the benefits will go to the children of the deceased beneficiaries. Last but not least, if you choose to appoint an individual trustee, you can choose either a fixed or discretionary trust. If you choose to appoint Precepts Trustee, you can only set up a discretionary trust. Let's set up your ProviTrust now.
Okay, so Victoria, description of what we just heard. So discretionary trust, okay, we don't, okay, for the set law demise, this one, trustee will look at only the beneficiary. They don't recognize about this part about who gets what, okay? So the trustee will just look at the surviving beneficiary. So again, there are 2 main groups. First group, the main group. So this one can allow you to prioritize who gets the money first, okay, under discretionary trust. And anyway, discretionary trust is the way to fully expand the potential of ProviTrust. If you set as a fixed trust, it doesn't fully have the potential, the full suite of flexibility and customization inside, okay? Yeah, because we only handle CPF assets. Standby trust handle.
Then it can, maybe the settler would want to have a substitute.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
So you cannot, the benefit, the deceased share cannot go to his family.
It won't be like fixed trust. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like right?
No, cannot
It's not like
specify.
standby trust where they stipulate the letter of wishes.
It doesn't go that way. Yeah.
Because this is a constraint of a digital application.
Yeah.
So we cannot like beneficiary A substitute this. Beneficiary B substitute. What's that?
ProviTrust 3 maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. Yes.
And let's say if the settler pick up this ProviTrust upon his demise, right? Does it mean that the whole lump sum is taken out from CPF and then it is paid out according to the fixed or discretionary appointed by the either the private trustee or the or Precept?
Okay, you are going too far ahead. We will go into that later. We'll touch on that. Yes.
But to answer it,
yes.
So how he did this split? Is it CPF Nomination 100% ProviTrust? They will follow ProviTrust. So it will be taken up. Yes, the full amount will be going 100% of ProviTrust. But he decide to have some specific gift, and where 20% goes to someone, 80% goes to ProviTrust, and 80% of the CPF money. Actually, my base question is really, if it still remains in CPF, right? Then whether will this amount still continue? So
no, you said as a ProviTrust, it will come out of CPF. Yeah. Okay.
This discretionary trust under the public trust, name 5 beneficiaries. Can I say this amount to share equally by 5 of them?
You can look at the percentage. No
because
problem.
Earlier, you have the impression is up to the trustee to how to do it.
In a way, also trustee have the discretion who to give more, because your letter of wishes will also indicate the trustee who needs the fund more. You can prioritize.
So it's not have liberal trustee. I will say for 5 of them share equally. How can you say you become 1%?
Okay, understand.
Not equally binding, just condition.
Okay, so maybe what can
Say for 5 of them share equally, how can one is for the right to say 1%?
so in this sort of scenario, right? Let's say among the 4 beneficiaries, one of them need they got medical situation and they need more funds. So trustee have the discretion to give more in that way to the person who needs it more. So they also will look at yeah. Okay. Okay.
Different from standby trust, if I can say, this is for the healthcare priority, then the rest is for living. I didn't say as such, just based on it. Then this is really discretion. I can give all this with the deal of 100,000 for medical bill, the rest of $1,000. But if they say these are 100,000 to ship, I think I find them.
Of course, we will follow the share in that manner unless there's a special situation, because the settlor can prioritize the beneficiaries.
There will be like a sample of the letter of wishes.
Yes, later you see in the application. It's not like your standby trust letter of wishes. It's not that kind of letter of wishes. Yes, it's a table to allocate who gets 100%.
It's not like there will be a clause overriding all things that ultimately the trustee would have overall rights. So that means just override the fixed.
I see.
The fixed percentages.
So you have.
The letter of this.
I see. Okay. Later we look at that and then I'll answer your question a bit. Yes. Okay, so let's say the first group beneficiary all pass on, then by right, the substitute group supposed to go, the funds supposed to go to substitute group under trustee discretion. Okay. So this is the wording. Okay. Surviving substitute beneficiary under trustee discretion. Okay, so in summary, fixed trust, it goes to the estate. When the seller passes away, the trust becomes active. And when the beneficiary passes away thereafter, you go to the estate of the deceased beneficiary. So for a discretionary trust, when the seller passes away, the trust becomes active. And when the beneficiary passes thereafter, the deceased share will be given to the surviving or substitute group. Okay?
Maybe substitute group.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so just a comparison side by side, yeah. Fixed trust and discretionary trust. Group of beneficiaries for fixed trust is only up to 5 under one group. Discretionary trust can have 2, 5 main group and 5 substitute group. And in terms of this discretion, fixed trust is fixed, okay? But for discretionary trust is at trustee's discretion. So the documents involved will be the trust deed, and the letter of wishes for the discretionary trust. So fixed trust offer no creditor protection because once the money is given, it's given. Okay, but the trustee under discretionary trust can withhold payment if let's say the beneficiary going through bankruptcy, facing bankruptcy, so they can withhold payment. That's the reason why there's a creditor protection there. Okay, so choice of the trustee for fixed trust is individual. Yes. Correct. Correct. So choice of trustee will be under discretionary trust will be individual or precepts as trustee lah. Okay. So for let's say you change your trustee under fixed trust, you need to change the supplementary deed. Same for discretionary trust as well. Okay. But for fixed trust, if you want to change the beneficiaries, you need to revoke and set up a new one. But for the discretionary trust, you just change the supplementary deed. So fixed trust can be revoked and can set as new. And then for discretionary trust, you amend it by letter of wishes. Yes.
Does it, I mean, when you say change of trustee or change of beneficiary, then you need to change the supplementary supplementary bid or revoke or set up a new trust?
Depends on what they.
The charges.
Okay, later yeah, you will cover so. Okay. So before we go into the technical part, let's go for a quick 15-minute break. Okay, welcome back from the break. Now we will do a deep dive into ProviTrust. Okay, so we talk about what's the position of ProviTrust. It's actually the first digital platform to handle CPF money. Okay, that's one of the features here. Because we are using online portal setup, later I'll show you which portal to use for your clients to do the setup. Okay, so it's using online, not your hard copy application. Okay, secure, so your client will be able to always find back his document. It won't be, lose paper. Then after that, cannot find what happened to my letter of wishes, where's my trust deed, all that. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Yes,
so
correct.
for example, you get a money is in ProviTrust. How is ProviTrust is actually at the Precepts. So the trustee will only do take out the money and give.
CPF will, because you appoint the individual trustee, so he has to go to CPF board to claim the money. The trustee, the individual trustee.
Oh.
Yes, nothing to do with ProviTrust. It's just a setup.
So that
correct. Yes. Correct. If you appoint your individual trustee, yes. Okay, so it's strictly confidential because it's online portal, so only your client have access to the information. And more importantly, it's affordable to protect your client's legacy. Okay. So what are the documents you need to have before you prepare? Let's say your client say, okay, I want to do it now. What to do next? Okay, so firstly, identify who are your beneficiaries, who you want to give your CPF savings to. Okay. So these are the beneficiaries that you can so-called put into ProviTrust. It can be the spouse, parents, friend, children, siblings, organizations. Okay, and the information required is in the box. They need the name, relationship, ID, okay, date of birth, address. If it's charity or organization, you need a UN number as well. So if your client set up ProviTrust as a fixed trust to provide for his children, so fixed trust is because you use it when there's not much changes to the beneficiary requirements. So for example, in this case, with young children, then they want to make sure the guardian got the money, right, to take care of the child. So they set up the fixed trust, and this at the point us as the trustee, for example, then the trustee will give money to the guardian every month to take care of the child. Okay, and then you can decide what's the vesting age of this money. For example, age 30 years old. Okay.
But if this is fixed trust, how can a trustee decide how much to give to the guardian?
The settlor will decide at the start how much a month. Fixed trust. So that means to say how much will be, you have to decide at the application point in time.
But what if there's no letter of wishes?
No, fixed trust don't have letter.
Yeah, so
The portal will have a thing for you to key in the amount. Yes, correct. In a way, yes, you cannot state but you know what's the guardian knows what's the purpose of this money
it would be in the final document, right?
It's not in the trust.
Are we able to, as the ESP, log in to pay around the portal?
Yes.
Yes. Later I'll show you how to log into ProviTrust. Correct. This is the theory. Later we have the even deeper dive to see the setup. Okay, so your preferred way of distribution, okay, it can go by percentage. How often? Monthly, quarterly, half yearly, or even a lump sum, or even the latest beneficiary of the settlor's estate. But this is only discretionary trust only. Okay. So choosing your trustee. You're saying don't indicate vesting age.
Yeah, I want to give this amount, this person.
Okay, as a lump sum? Yeah, can indicate vesting age. Yeah, lump sum, correct.
The lump sum don't need to be the total amount, right? So it might be a partial amount of the total amount invested. I mean, put in the trust.
You're saying separate out, is it, or the?
Like if the actual amount put in the trust is like maybe $1 million, then the lump sum can be like 100,000 or 200,000, 200,000 one time.
In this case, use CPF nomination,
Yeah.
100K or a certain percent as a lump sum. So in CPF nomination, you put beneficiary name, 10%, for example. So that will pay lump sum out. Then the remainder 90% ProviTrust. And ProviTrust, you can follow any other frequency of distribution. You want to do that. Because in ProviTrust, for one beneficiary, you cannot have two distribution methods. Like lump sum first, then frequency monthly after that. Yeah, so the way to work around it is in CPF nomination, you do the lump sum payout. Yes, you pay out straight away, like if it's straight away. But if you say this beneficiary only wait until 25, unfortunately, you have to wait. You have to do that lump sum at 25 in ProviTrust. But then you cannot say after lump sum, I still want to go quarterly. You know, because only one distribution.
Can I have payment every 5 years?
No.
Only to do that.
Yes. So it's not as flexible as standby trust, and it's
Okay.
meant to be like that.
Sorry. So if you were to put individual, not corporate.
Yeah.
But using ProviTrust,
Yes.
the CPF money goes to ProviTrust. So the individual trustee.
The CPF money goes to it's under the
ProviTrust, right?
ProviTrust, but it goes to the individual trustee. So individual trustee take the money,
So how
open
does-
bank account.
How does a person, because it's written ProviTrust.
Correct. But then on ProviTrust, who is the trustee? The individual
So
trustee
individual has ProviTrust.
has to come to,
CPF.
CPF.
yes,
Precepts, right?
no, come to
Precepts. Not the precepts and take the money, right?
to pay out to the
Get the
individual
payout,
trustee.
right? Yeah,
To do so.
not the
Let them-
CPF, right? Because
No.
CPF go to,
ProviTrust.
yes.
Yeah,
So
and then the individual trustee.
We'll take from precepts. Yes.
Yes.
ProviTrust, when set up, is a legal entity. Put the trustee on behalf of this ProviTrust, will go and claim the money.
Go to or go to, is that and claim the money?
No. Whoever the trustee will be the one that claim the money.
No, it goes to ProviTrust.
Let me clarify. Let me confirm this.
Ah.
Let me confirm this.
Because the nomination is go-
The ProviTrust and legal entity, so who is the trustee? If I appoint my brother as a trustee, my brother is the one that claim.
Go to CPF vote.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Later I'll bring out documentation.
Just,
So from this, you see that if the first monthly, then I cannot have the lump sum. Because only one issue, yes. So but one lump sum, it has to be nomination. Yes, sir. That's not technically true. Let's say you choose monthly, then you can say, after 20 years, the balance will be a lump sum. You can.
Vesting,
At the end, can. Not at the front.
assuming there's any more balance after
But
the
that's
distribution.
one beneficiary monthly, one beneficiary quarterly, and one half yearly.
So in the same vein, right, you can also have one beneficiary that will pay until 25, the second pay until 40.
Hmm.
And
I think just on my, sorry, just on my question about lump sum payment, or a lump sum give to this person, but I don't want them, the one distribution. So is it possible, right?
Yes, do the vesting age.
Not division until 25, then the balance.
No. Yeah.
But that also kind of what the lady does say.
no,
You can say that, you say, if you certain, then at the end balance is lump sum, right?
correct.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
so that means that every year you give $1.
No, I don't want to give a single cent until 25.
I understand. So every year you go around this, meaning that you do not do that. Every year give $1 or sometimes to 25.
No, under ProviTrust can, right?
Yes, can do a lump sum and do vesting age. Can.
You can.
Yes. Okay, so
That's your current slide.
yeah,
This is the current.
no.
The last one, beneficiary of the settled estate. Is this the key changes now? That
Yes.
I can put follow the residuary estate.
Correct, you're right.
Then
Yes.
residuary estate can be many people, right? It doesn't matter,
Correct,
right?
you're right.
No restriction.
No
Can
restriction.
you also form, if I go to the residual estate, can I say form part of the testimony trust in my will? It's okay.
Yes.
That's the way to go.
Later on, there will be so-called scenarios. We'll show you the scenarios. Okay. So choose your trustee. If it's an individual trustee, basic criteria must be Singaporean or PR. Okay. Person with employment pass, sorry. Guideline for choosing, make sure he's younger than the settlor, not older. Okay. In good health and got no mental capacity issues. Trustworthy and accountable. This is something that you will not know until it happens, right? So of course, at the point in time, he is trustworthy and accountable, right? So that's important, okay? Have good relationship with your beneficiaries. So in the event of any dispute, it's always easier to settle. Okay. So what are the particular needed? If you appoint individual trustee, you need the name, date of birth, IC number, nationality, the address, contact number. Okay, and then of course we need to have witnesses to witness the appointment. So same thing, they need the name, IC, address. Okay.
This individual trustees,
Mm.
is there a provision for substitute?
Fixed trust, no. A provision substitute trustee currently don't have.
Trustee died.
Individual trustee, right?
Again,
Yeah, if they pass on,
Fixed
then
trust.
you will have to reapply.
can I put in class, can I put class beneficiaries like all my children equal share? Well, if I have one
No class
newborn, I
beneficiary.
want one newborn, I change it. Second newborn, I change again.
Wait, I see changes to trustee, for change of trustee, then it's 200. Good. Let's say trustee lor, if trustee die. Yep, correct.
The additional
So
trust.
if-
That means I can provision primary trustee and then substitute trustee.
No, only one trustee. Then if that trustee die, come.
No, I already lost mental capacity.
Yeah.
You
Lost
can
it,
be
is
back
it?
here already.
Yeah.
Do standby trust, yes.
Public trust.
Yeah, the nature of ProviTrust is a very simple set. So it doesn't cater of so many scenarios. What if my trustee die? What if my beneficiary die? What if I want this specific beneficiary share to go to that place? It doesn't cover all this.
I think we got to accept that this is a cheaper
Yes,
alternative.
it is.
And there
To
is-
stand
This
by
question is how much cheaper?
How much cheaper? Come to the end, come to the end. We reach the end of slide. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of individual trustee, so for fixed trust is for short-term distribution. Okay, so it could be because maybe the child is in the late teens, you're afraid that if you don't do a ProviTrust, he'll get the lump sum at 18 years old, the CPF money. So maybe you want to stretch it to vesting age at 25 years old for the child. So you can do a fixed trust with vesting age at 25. Okay, so if you have young beneficiaries, the young child scenario, so they need to have funds to fund the child's living expenses, education expenses, then you do a discretionary trust whereby this will be able to help to provide for the child's education and also the money as well. Okay. So there are quite a few scenarios that may come out. So these are just some examples. Okay, so choosing your trustee.
This is how you do the CPF nomination. That's it. Because of the question. Okay, so to your question earlier, if you appoint an individual trustee to take care of your ProviTrust, okay, so means that when I die, my CPF monies will go to my ProviTrust handled by my individual trustee. In this case, let's say Tan Ming Ming, I'm Tan Ming Ming. Right? No, I'm Tan Ying Ying. Okay, so it's my ProviTrust. I'm nominating my sister, Tan Ming Ming, to be my trustee. So when I do CPF nomination, this is how I feel it. So that at CPF side, they know that I'm not giving Tan Ming Ming all my CPF money. It is just my trustee because I've set up a ProviTrust. Okay. So this is how you do a CPF nomination if your client is choosing it. So just now to the question, if I die, where does Tan Ming Ming go? Does she go to Precepts or does she go to CPF? CPF. Okay, because CPF will pay to Tan Ming Ming for the ProviTrust that I set up.
Okay.
Yes. There cannot be two individuals.
That's the problem, right? Because as far as CPF is concerned, you pay to the NRIC number,
Yes.
regardless of whatever nominee name you put behind, because that is a trust deed that binds the person collecting to the for the benefit of the benefit. But if Tan Ming Ming pass on, it's 100%.
Will go to Tan Ming Ming.
No, I mean Tan Ming Ming pass on.
Ah,
Tan Ming Ming, the NRIC number, this person
Yeah.
who is supposed to receive 100%
correct.
pass on
Yes.
before. So when the sectoral pass on,
Yes.
his nomination
Will go
100% will be no nomination failure because
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
correct. So in that case, it will go back into SSC.
Yes.
It won't be even distributed by Public Trust
You
because
are right.
no, as far as PPF concerned, it doesn't care whether you
Yeah,
have
draw.
trust or not.
Only draw out.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So when it comes to you appointing an individual trustee, you must make sure this individual trustee is healthy, probably younger than you, won't get into an accident, don't really go on a holiday.
Don't fall sick.
When you need him or her.
No guarantee.
No guarantee.
No, guarantee is
Not real.
present.
Professional trustee.
Tan Ying Ying is the second law. Ying Ying still alive, Tan Ming Ming died. Then basically this ProviTrust will inherit.
Yes.
But let's say if Tan Ying Ying died and then 2 days later Tan Ming died, then this ProviTrust
pay
go
to
into
Ming Ming
Tan Ming Ming's
Estate.
estate. Wow,
Yes.
very dangerous.
Yes.
Estate.
Then the executor of Tan Ming Ming must see, there's one more thing flowing in. What's this all about? Then they become the substitute in that sense to continue Tan Ming Ming.
I think this is a very critical
yes.
loophole.
Or she may think it's extra money. for the estate.
Correct. But let's put ProviTrust aside. This is actually what is happening, right? If you have only CPF nomination and you want to give to someone to take care of your estate, it could be your spouse, your sibling, right? It's also the same thing, right? It's
No
still
guarantee.
no guarantee. Yeah, if let's say for example, I try to be more prudent, I put say 99.1, 99% my spouse, 1%, okay, maybe another way, 99% my mom, 1% my spouse, for example. Yeah. At the end of the day, what my spouse do with the 99% is really up to him, right? I may tell him, hey, it's for the children to take care, but what he actually does with it is really his discretion. So what is the safety net here through ProviTrust? Because you have laid out all your wishes. You want to pay only lump sum at 25. You only want to pay monthly 2,000 funded by that. So that's the extra document that the trustee is supposed to follow.
So who ensures the trustee?
Is the beneficiary. The beneficiary has a copy of the trustee. Then they say, hey, my mom said that I'm supposed to receive 2,000 every month, and you're supposed to take care of me. How come you're not? Then you go to court.
So let's say if Tan Ming Ming dies 2 days later, and this whole 1 million go into that.
Yeah.
So it is the duty of the beneficiary to sue his estate if the estate
It doesn't
pay
flow
out.
back to them.
And at least there's this document.
Yes.
But like what your newsletter say, right? Your news article says, if they spend the money, then it's
Well, I mean, it depends if they have no other assets. In those cases that we talk about, they have no other assets, so too bad. But they have other assets, then they can sell and then still pay back.
I think the moral story for this ProviTrust is always trying to use just that as a trust.
And if the client can afford, just go standby trust, really, because you have a lot more flexibility then. But we try to solve a few, we try to target more target segments. Okay, because right now you have the client who only does a will, or the client who can afford maybe more than everything with a standby trust, it costs close to 9K, 10K, can afford that. It's a very big gap. It's someone who does only a will, 500 to 1,000, or someone who can afford 9K. But how about in between, right? Because we have people who write a will, but they also have a lot of significant monies in their CPF that they may also want to pay periodically. They don't want to pay lump sum. So that's why ProviTrust comes in. Okay, so a client can go will ProviTrust if they don't want to go standby trust. What I'm explaining correctly is, this is the thing in place. So when the person does, every 6 he don't even need to go to CPF. CPF will send it to the account.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, correct. Now very fast, correct.
15 days.
Yes.
5 days. Okay.
Not 5 days.
Okay,
You know,
now from 5 days.
I used to remember they said 15 working days. Okay,
Because of pay now.
I see.
It will change the.
Just to let everybody understand that CPF doesn't care whether there's a trust or not.
Yeah.
They just see who is the nominee, NRIC or UEN
Yeah.
of the trustee company.
So when we did this ProviTrust, right, we were in a lot of conversation with CPF. Like, how do we do that? You know, it's actually a trust. So like, if it's a standby trust, you will see that it's not Tameme, it becomes Precepts Trustee Limited, then who's standby trust? Okay, so for ProviTrust, because we have the additional option of individual trustee, we have to put the individual trustee name here. In this case, they told us do the same bracket, so that in a way it's binded that, you know, this is a trustee, this is not a nominee. Yes. Correct. Yes, yes. But at least there's this reference. It's not, this person is not my nominee, it's just my trustee. Yeah.
Tan Ming Ming passed on, it goes to her.
Tan Ming Ming estate.
So her estate, how they know that they're supposed to.
By right, the executor will be able to see where are the sources of funds. Like, oh, this is a bank account from. Yeah. So if I'm Tan Ying Ying, I will tell my beneficiaries, I have a ProviTrust, I have allocated all this money for you. This is the trust deed, and my sister, your auntie, is going to take care of this money for you.
Just get the meaning to write a will appointing Precepts Trustee.
That one,
to know all these things. I mean, if Tamiming didn't write a will, then the administrator, whoever
yes, administrator then is
be aware
responsible.
now.
Yep. Yeah. Mm.
Her executor finds out that this is trust.
Yes,
Whose responsibility is it
that executor.
to continue the trust?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes. Yeah. So
even though she didn't stay anywhere in the will.
yeah, because when you become the executor of someone who has passed away, right, you're responsible for everything that is left behind. Yeah.
Tan Ming Ming doesn't have a will.
Tan Mei Mei, then administrator lor, whoever who volunteers to be the administrator. Won't know anything until slowly collect. They say, oh, so many assets. Then this one, not Tan Ming, it's not even Tan Ming Ming's estate. I have to find out who is Tan Ying Ying, and then I have to find out who is Tan Ying Ying beneficiary. Yes.
No,
It's a normal circumstances. Won't know. Tan Ming Ming. Yeah. Correct. They will just say, hey, there's a CPF payout lor.
Yeah.
But it will be a CPF payout. Beneficiaries?
Find out who
Can.
Can. Can. Yeah.
Or they may conveniently assume is paying CPF money.
Correct. They may not even come to that point. They may not even come to know about that. Okay, so what we have just discussed for the past few minutes is the limitations of an individual trustee. Okay. No, I mean, Thank you, Drisik. You know, wow, you should join the marketing team. But this is not what we are trying to say. We're trying to give more options to the client to choose. Because a lot of clients may prefer their spouse, their sibling to do the role of taking care of their CPF monies, but they must be aware of the limitations of an individual trustee. Okay? Let's move on.
Not there, I try to go. I think in the trustee, whoever this person die, he got no right. Lose management capacity or no right.
Yes.
Become bankrupt, he got no right. He can also say, I will now find.
Correct. Correct.
So the safest one is.
So all your money gone.
And then
Pay for nothing.
you choose to join marketing, you know, say so much also.
So this is the Precepts Trustee.
CPF nomination
Yeah.
for a professional trustee. Then this will be how it looks like when the client does the CPF nomination. Okay, so if it's a standby trust, then it becomes Tan Ying Ying standby trust. If she named her standby trust as that.
So the IC card number, that one is legit one, 200.
Yes, these are UEN, Precepts Trustee UEN.
Is that no? This one is this money that comes in is from Tan Ying Ying's ProviTrust. Because when CPF
Pays out, right?
Pay now, right? There is no indication also.
Oh, they will indicate. That's how we get payment for standby trust also. If a settlor dies with a standby trust, CPF pay to us. Same. When a standby trust is set up, it's also Tan Ying Ying standby trust. When we receive a payment from CPF board, they will indicate what is this for. Yeah. So same. So ProviTrust is this way also.
Where he will also do a ProviTrust.
She won't. Yes, it's either or. Yeah. So you either have a standby trust and a will, or a will with a ProviTrust. You won't have a situation where you have a will, a ProviTrust, and a standby trust. No, yeah, no point.
Okay, so what are the types of trusts and number of beneficiaries? So for individual trustee, you can start only fixed trusts as well as a discretionary trust and only have one group. Okay. But for point Precepts Trustee, you can have two groups up to 5, each for both main group and substitute group.
Because if any beneficiary die within the first group, it pays proportionately. Then if not, it will go to your estate. That's how fixed trusts work. The nature of fixed trust. It's just like if I die intestate. Yes, yeah. It will follow within the named beneficiary. Okay, move on.
Okay, so going on to point number 4, flexible distribution. This one I think we'll discuss it at length also. You can give it monthly, quarterly, okay, or lump sum. Ability to appoint substitute beneficiaries. Okay. Then you also can utilize the money for care of children as well as the same time maintenance of the children's welfare. Okay. So how does ProviTrust work as compared to
Sorry,
CPF?
Frankie,
Yes,
just
yes.
to summarize, go back one slide. Okay, so you know down that with ProviTrust, instead of CPF nomination, you cannot do this, correct? For here, flexible distribution, for CPF nomination, what is the only payout? Lump sum, okay? So here you have a lot more options. For here, does CPF nomination allow you substitute beneficiary? Don't have 99, 98, 11 option to have that substitute option. Can you take the money that is being paid out to take care of children right away for CPF nomination? No, that's why PTO is Public Trustee Office is to take care of the money of the children until they are 18 or 21, whether nominated or not nominated. And then last one, CPF nomination, if you didn't do, it will fall under intestate. Then you have to wait until a few months later, then you get payout. If you get CPF nomination, then you'll be paid out between 5 working days, 15 working days, straight to the pay now of the nominee. For ProviTrust, it's continued access because you have already nominated. So one point to note is when you do a ProviTrust, just like if you do a standby trust, you must do the CPF nomination. Because if you don't do a CPF nomination and you have ProviTrust or standby trust, it's as good as you didn't set up any trust because there's no funding going in. So the only way the funding goes in is if you do the CPF nomination. Okay.
Okay, so how does ProviTrust work as compared to CPF nomination? So
I think we can move on.
Oh, okay, move on. So how does this fit into your estate plan? So on the top, you have the assets, which you can handle by your will. Below, it's a CPF asset, which is only handled by CPF nomination or ProviTrust. So in this case, ProviTrust. Okay. So in a lifetime, the person does a will, and he also has a ProviTrust. And his will is appoint individual, executor, or corporate trustee. Same over here with ProviTrust. Then upon demise, the will will kick in, and also ProviTrust will also happen at the same time. So they look at the trust deed and how the fund is being directed. So in this case, because ProviTrust allows the fund to be directed to the beneficiary of the settlor estate, it can flow upwards. Okay, to like residuary estate, like what you say, fund the TT or even take care of the residuary estate beneficiaries. Okay, with ProviTrust. Okay.
We will go in detail. Yeah, this is a new instruction. Yeah, so we move on.
Okay.
Then you will see that part.
Okay, so understanding the distribution process upon demise. Okay, your trustee apply for CPF board for withdrawal. So it's trustee go to CPF board, right? Okay, so we already clarified that. And then also at the same time log in the ProviTrust portal.
To retrieve the trust deed.
documents, the trust deeds, yes.
Yep.
Okay. And then your trustee take out the CPF savings and open a trust account. Okay, to distribute the money to the beneficiary. So come to the somebody take a picture or
You all will have the slides. Okay?
yeah, the slides. Yeah.
In this case, CPF board has improved a lot lah over the few past few months. Yeah, but if not legally, it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, now they have become very efficient. Once someone dies, right? Well, all the government authority know at one shot. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we watch a short video on how to set up ProviTrust.
Okay, so this is how the portal will look like.
Signing up for ProviTrust is simple, secure, and convenient. Let us show you how. First, go to the ProviTrust portal at app.provitrust.com and click on Sign Up. Fill in your personal details and create a secure password. Don't worry, your information is encrypted and kept private. Once you've signed up, you'll receive a verification email. Just copy and paste the code and your account is ready to go. After logging in, you'll find your personal dashboard where you can easily manage your trust. Ready to apply for ProviTrust? Simply click on Create New Form. Start by accepting the terms and conditions. Enter the details of the settlor and your trustee preferences, including their personal information and the type of trust. Add the main beneficiaries and substitute beneficiaries. You can include up to 5 of each. List the distribution instructions for both main and substitute beneficiaries. Customize how your CPF savings will be distributed, whether as a lump sum, in stages, or a combination of both. The choice is yours. Finally, appoint a trustee. Review the declaration of settlor, click I agree, and then hit Submit. Check your trust details, and if you have a promo code, be sure to enter it before clicking Pay to receive a discount. Your ProviTrust application is now in progress. An automated email with instructions to make your CPF nomination will be sent to you. Upload your CPF nomination screenshot to the ProviTrust portal. You'll receive a confirmation once your trust is set up, ensuring that your CPF savings are protected and distributed just the way you planned. ProviTrust, making it easy to protect your legacy. Sign up today at app.provitrust.com. Sign in.
Okay, where do you go for ProviTrust? So there are 2 ways to sign to go to the website. You can go to digitalePPLasia.com. So over here, you can find there's a lot of collaterals here on ProviTrust. Okay, that's one way. And also at the same time, your client can set up ProviTrust over here. You can see the orange arrow. Okay, log in, and then, or if they don't want, can go to preceptsgroup.com. You look under practitioner tab. Then you look for ProviTrust tab. Okay. So if you use preceptgroup.com website, this is how it looks like. Create the account. Okay, create here at the bottom there. And then once you create the account, you have to log in to continue. There are two boxes in there for you to agree, and then you can click continue. So Setlaw uses SingPass with free information and click continue. Okay, then you will have to choose, is it professional or individual trustee? So you look at the box there. If professional trustee, then it's only discretionary trust. If it's individual, it can be either fixed or discretionary trust. So you can see over here, right? So once you choose this one, chosen to professional trustee, you only can see one option. But if you click on the first one, sorry, individual trustee, they have two here, discretionary or fixed trust. So they'll ask you to choose. Key in the beneficiary details. Then the witness. So you also can be the witness of the ProviTrust. So they basically will need two lah. So it can be one of them. And then set all the checkbox and submit. Then ta-da, the price will come up. So click pay, okay? Click pay to confirm the application. So it's actually quite similar, but we need to go into the nitty-gritty details of different scenarios of how you want to set up the ProviTrust, assuming it's not a straight, for example, pay monthly 2,000, that kind of thing. If it's any variation over there, we can look at that. So first case is about partial giving and then the balance to the will via ProviTrust. Yes.
So when I do this ProviTrust, I need to have two witnesses. Then I choose my trustee and my So after I do this, pay money, then at the same time, I also need to go into my CPF to do a nomination. And I need to nominate the trustee 100% according to
Can be 100% or if you have a specific
depending
lump
on
sum.
your ProviTrust setup. Yeah. Correct.
Just one amendment, one witness will do for trust. Yeah.
For ProviTrust, one witness.
Yes.
Then I need to go to my own CPF and
Do the
do
CPF nomination.
Two witness. Correct.
Yes, that's right. Correct.
Did I not see CPF there just now at the end of the trust application? Do you pivot straight to CPF nomination, get people to sign up straight away?
No, you
You
have
give it
to.
to them
Yes,
in their own mercy then.
not really because you have to send a screen grab and upload to the portal. Then
What is screen?
screenshot
Screenshot. Yeah.
Picture of what?
of your CPF nomination.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
That will motivate them to change it necessarily, right?
Change what?
I mean,
The CPF nomination.
The CPF nomination.
To complete the
new one,
whole-
right? The new one.
Yes.
To complete the whole application.
Putting ProviTrust as the beneficiary.
Yeah.
That means you cannot submit until you do the CPF nomination.
They
No,
will
the other way around.
either or.
either, and
either
they
or.
will only receive their full trust documents until they put the CPF nomination. Unless-
We assume the latest with the trustee.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, yeah. The setup cost, yes.
The 0.01 is only when the client passes away.
Yeah,
That's-
table.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
Okay, so in this case A, right, partial giving and balance to will, how you will do it is that, for example, in the beneficiary side, they are parents, and also they want to give the residuary beneficiaries. So you set up ProviTrust, 30% go to the parents, for example, in the ProviTrust, and then the balance, 70% will go under residuary clause. Okay, so in this case, if you look at how it looks like, so you got main beneficiary section, create the parents details on the top. Okay, create beneficiary. Okay, step 3, indicate the parents share how much, starting age. So normally we would say should be as soon as possible, but in G6 case, you say, oh, I want to give a lump sum at a certain age, so you indicate, okay? But if you want to give straight now, just put start as soon as possible. And when will you want the balance to be given to the beneficiary? We normally put 90 years, okay, 90 years old.
Can be more, can be more.
Yeah.
So if let's say I want to provide to my parents till they die, then you put 150, right? If 90, they might live beyond that. Yeah, so you can put 100, 120, 150 so that it ensures that my beneficiary here will get a lifetime income.
You say that you can choose to pay your parents a lump sum. Is it a lump sum? Under ProviTrust structure. But if it is this, if that is so, right, then it may be a better it may be better if under the CPF nomination you just do a lump sum straight.
Yes.
So that you don't have this uncertainty of giving a lump sum to your parents under ProviTrust.
Correct.
Because it's another step you need to involve your trustee to give your parents.
Yeah.
That's the uncertainty.
Correct. And also if Precepts is the trustee, by having a CPF, yes, you skip that fee. Okay, so I just put this for interest sake, easier. Then you do okay, I won't say parents lah, let's say mother, because you cannot put, okay. Then this is 20%. It will pay out straight away to the mother. Then only this 80% will go to ProviTrust. And in this case, it will be either your individual trustee or it can be PTL, Precepts Trustee. And then this one, right, then of course the charges come here lah. So if you want to do that method, right, easier to do it this way. If not, right, the other option, right, if you put all to ProviTrust, okay, 100% ProviTrust, then the full amount will be payable. Okay, so this will go say PTL, then the cost will be higher lah.
So for the ProviTrust section, if you want to put the beneficiary of the settled estate, you need to select this option here.
Upon trust to the residual. So this is one new instruction. Okay, so just now we talk about distribution type, right? Got monthly, quarterly, annually, don't have per 5 yearly, don't have, yeah. Then one other one is upon trust to the residual. This is added because we had a lot of people coming and say, hey, but ProviTrust very restricted, I cannot do a lot of things with it. Yeah, but I have a very comprehensive will. And I said, I want to give $2,000 per month. I'd like to give conditional distribution, that sort of thing. So how to work around to make ProviTrust more flexible is by this instruction. So this instruction will follow your residuary distribution instructions in your will. Okay, so if I have to draw again, if let's say, for example, I have a will, I would have, say, for example, specific gift, right? Maybe I want to give my parents some money, or I like to pay off certain loan. Those are my specific gifts. Then I may have residuary. I'll definitely have residuary. So let's say, for example, my residuary has a TT. Then ProviTrust will follow the TT instructions in your residuary. In that way, you have a lot more flexibility, like saying paying every 5 years. Use the will to do that. This is the change. Okay? Yeah. So this gives you that flexibility and your client that flexibility to have, more comprehensive instructions, not within the constraint of the drop-down options here. Okay?
But let's say the client will
residuary. They have to add a TT within a residuary just for ProviTrust. 3-cost count. Okay, so this is this scenario, right? Okay, then another scenario is if I have a will, I have a specific, then I have a TT, and then I have a residuary, correct? And then maybe residuary doesn't fit into TT, or maybe it's a lump sum or whatever, depends, right? So how you add one more TT for ProviTrust? Amend the will. Rewrite. Then TT, is always plus 3 clauses.
Can't be, if I don't need a testimony trust for the TT for the ProviTrust, why do I need to set it up?
Yeah, so it depends. If the client doesn't mind a residuary,
Maybe you go by, split up by 5%. Then it's
yeah,
fine.
then it's fine.
Okay.
But let's say you want to have more options, like I want pay every 5 years. I only want to pay if the person completes university education. Then you have no choice but to have this TT in the residuary.
But now in this case, the PT for
Sorry?
The TT is for the whole residuary cost.
Yes, or you can add a specific TT
This one is it.
within residuary.
Yeah, so if this lump or periodic, with periodic then it's under TT, right?
Yes.
Immediate lump sum.
Then it's
So
residuary will do.
covered.
Yes, correct.
Scenario will a will have a specific use, which is common.
Yep.
And then a TT specific lump sum, and then followed by residuary.
No, TT may not be specific lump sum. TT many methods. One is my residuary will form my TT funding. Yeah. Another way is I have specific, only my insurance payout will form my TT. So this a bit technical already, okay, but the idea is there. You can just get the general idea.
when you're going to say go to my TT in the residuary estate.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if you're going to have 2 or 3 residuary, a TT in the residuary estate, how you do? How you going to differentiate one from the other?
Yep. Then the instructions in the will for that TT must be very clear. Say, upon my ProviTrust funding to go to my TT. So that one, the wills team will then have to draft in that manner.
Actually, based on the suggestion of will, your ProviTrust can apply to have only one beneficiary, which is myself, my estate.
Yeah, beneficiary. Yeah, over here. So this is a drop down. Beneficiaries of the settled estate, and then the distribution type will be by default upon trust to the residuary beneficiaries.
In the ProviTrust, I only one beneficiary. Not.
If you look at the beneficiary particular, you can select individual or beneficiary of the settled estate.
So there are 3 options. When you add in a beneficiary, they will give a drop down individual. So you can name a particular person, organization, or straightforward beneficiaries of the settled estate. So you don't need to list down any beneficiary here in the ProviTrust. Yes. Use your will. Correct. Exactly. Exactly.
Myself, you see, your beneficiary, I select beneficiary of the estate. That is one beneficiary.
Yes.
100% of my. Oh, okay.
Then in your will, then we have to specify clearly if you have multiple TT within residuary, then then we have to say source of funding ProviTrust. In the will, yes, correct. So we will look at the instructions of the ProviTrust to draft the will or to rewrite the will.
Thank you.
But the reality is with this.
Have to. They have to. If they don't, tell Frankie. Yes. Have to. I mean, I think we have to highlight because sometimes, during the application process, wills team doesn't receive this because it only goes to trust. So it will be good in the communication. Please be aware that the client is doing a will and a ProviTrust at the same time, so that they must talk. The 2 instruments must talk. Yeah. So good to highlight that.
So it's for you and the unit department to work to each other. Not for me to highlight.
At this moment in time, I'll be very upfront. Our system don't talk. That's why you have your EWIF, you have your trust application form, you have your all different. My focus this year will be to get one system. You key in your client details. Whether you're going to do an EWIF, you're going to do a trust application form, whether you go ProviTrust or the upcoming Assure Trust, all your client details should talk all 4. You don't have to type out again. Yeah, so that's something I'm, gonna work on this year, and I feel that it's an urgent need.
I will buy you lunch for that.
Buy me when it's done. Yeah. But
Company can no clue whether the person has
a will or
real
not.
trust or not.
That's right.
That's
At this
probably-
current moment, I'm working on resolving all this, because right now we have too many systems in silo that doesn't talk to each other. Okay, so bear with us, bear with me as we do the one system.
Yes, you got a question?
Yes.
Residuary.
So the residuary only. Yes, correct.
Mm.
So these beneficiaries of the central law estate, is it only for discretionary or it can also be for?
Discretionary.
Only discretionary.
Yes.
Okay.
Very flexible. Because you can appoint my brother as individual trustee, and down there, I put down there is the beneficiary is state, and then my beneficiary receive the money. I mean, the trustee receive the money. The money is the whole no estate.
But the problem is we never say what happened when my brother died.
Then somebody is still better get a. Nothing is free. It's either you use it or you pay the fee.
I have a potential conflict because over here, ProviTrust is, so definitely the trustee has to be.
Can be individual as well.
That is a situation where the law is very, so this one is Precepts. Then his will under PE, he put individual. Then how?
Then we will take care of the ProviTrust funds because it pays us that funds.
But you have no access to it.
If it was a separate will, yeah.
So that is.
Then we'll follow the instructions in the ProviTrust of the residual as beneficiaries, right? Whoever that comes with us, huh?
If that's any happen, you have to
Locate the will. That's true.
by hook or by crook.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to identify. Huh?
I
Yes, agree. Yeah, I think this was done in assumption that they write the will with us.
Yeah, we keep
But
it
true, they might not have.
Until you know each other, you can't have.
to give you a general idea only. Okay, the so-called variations will also come later. Okay, second scenario is
Maybe that instead of just state of
Cannot.
yeah,
And it's too general already. Because in your will, you can have specific gift, you have all sorts of wishes there. Yes. So maybe we should also ask for an upload of will. Yeah, to complete the whole document. Agree? Agree? Yeah, man. Let me write down.
Straight link to CPF nomination.
Even better, right?
Straight link to EWF. I'll be right one.
Okay, okay.
trigger the will team. That's a
Really?
okay. So second scenario, same thing. They got beneficiary is the father, mother, brother, sister, spouse, and child. Okay, but they have their own share as well. So as per normal, the father, mother category, you can just put under ProviTrust. And then the last item, beneficiary of the settled estate. Again, this part can go into the will beneficiary residual column, okay? But take note, the beneficiary must be the same person named in the will residuary section in order for this to work. So if you say your ProviTrust is you give to the beneficiary of the settled estate and then make sure that this person name is also inside the will.
So the settlement is already the one who signed up the ProviTrust.
The central law estate has no name. It's just beneficiaries of the settlor.
But in
Yeah,
the
you want
will,
saying that your will,
the
your
name.
beneficiary in the will must tally with this.
Correct, that's what I'm telling you. Must tally, must tally.
Wow, and more work there. You must be-
Assuming they want to do this way lah. Assuming they want to do this way. Okay. So if you want to do this way, then the setup will be like that. Step one. Okay, decide the main beneficiary, the person. Okay. Step two. Then if you look at the John Lee share, right? His share will be upon trust. That means his share go to the will. So his distribution type is upon trust. Okay. Step one is create his name first. How many percent of ProviTrust? Is it monthly or whatever? And then amount. And then when you start and when's the vesting age?
Go back.
No, go back.
Here we are. So this is if, okay, why we came up with this case study is if you have more than 5 beneficiaries. So if you have more than 5, you cannot put all in ProviTrust, right? So you split up. So those that you say, for example, you want to give lump sum, these 4 names here. Then these 2 spouse and child, I want to give periodic, put within the will. That's what this case study is trying to explain.
Same scenario. Actually, the father, mother, brother, sister is a lump sum.
Yes.
Is it-
So it's like 10, 10, 10, 10, for example,
Which means
payout. Then 60% go to the will. Then the will residuary beneficiary is the spouse and child. And then you have your conditional distributions there or periodic distribution. So then you can take care of all 6 beneficiaries because one of the limitation of ProviTrust is 5 beneficiary.
So, better version of this would be nominate father, mother.
Yes,
brother,
you're right.
sister.
Yes. Yes.
Something like that, yeah.
Yes. Correct. As this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just now when Frankie talked about the slide 2, right? I
Mm.
was thinking that, is it because he's trying to say that when ProviTrust is set up by the settlor, the settlor may want to benefit, say, the one group directly pay out, like a distributionary payout. And then in the second group, want to go under beneficiary of the settlor estate,
Also,
which will then flow to the TP of the will.
same,
Ah.
same.
It
So-
can be done.
Yeah, so it can be done like that within ProviTrust, or if I have one more box here, CPF nomination, these 4 go there. Then come here. Yeah.
Same,
Or
right.
or another way, you see, because there are so many permutations, yeah. So trying to show you. The other way is I don't want to give them lump sum. I don't want to give them lump sum, CPF nomination cannot anymore. So I want to give them $1,000 every month till they die. Then they come here. But then, I got my spouse and child, how? But I got to take care of them in my will because they are my main beneficiary. These are not my main. I don't want to put my will. My will don't need to give them my CPF. Okay, a bit I can give. So then I use my will residual to take care of that. Yeah.
Mentioning about the beneficiary name,
Must tally lah.
which part, which part?
Okay.
The-
Means your residual beneficiary, you must have said your spouse and child is your residual beneficiary. You cannot say my residual beneficiary includes my mother. Then they're like, then mother got double share lah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, because under the ProviTrust setup, when you want to select this beneficiary of the settlor estate column,
Yes.
there's no beneficiary
Name
included.
in your ProviTrust at all.
Yeah,
It doesn't name.
Yeah.
So in your will, we'll just follow your will. And your will should specify your spouse and child in the residual beneficiary of your will. In the will.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, it must
Because
be
if you
question lah.
if you specify here, they will say, sorry, you have to come out of the 6 beneficiary, 1 have to come out. Because you only can have 5. That's right.
I think carry your intention, carry your intention.
So you know who are the people inside the will,
Okay.
right? To make sure that
We made an amendment to that, Edmund. Good point.
I thought the blue box mean the names must be exactly the same as the one in ProviTrust?
There's no name because I didn't name my spouse and
There's this
child
box called,
in ProviTrust. Yep. I see what you mean.
because when you have the selection there, right? If you look at this, the earlier example, right?
Beneficiary on the.
Yes, beneficiary. So if you select the beneficiary of separate estate, there will be no name.
Just follow the will.
Yes, correct. That's how the thing came about.
And then the blue box.
Okay, go back to the blue box.
Okay.
So now I change it. Beneficiary must be named in the will residuary section. In order for this to work.
We change now.
Very fast, huh? Because if we're going to give the slides to you, make sure it's correct. Yeah. Okay.
So the setup will be like this, huh?
Yep. They sorry, can move on. We go case study C.
Okay, so this is assuming they just want to put ProviTrust into the will residuary column. So the first part to create is that you need to have this select beneficiary and separate estate and then upon trust.
Yeah, this is the simplest. No need beneficiary name at all because all in the will already. Okay, wait, I'll go back.
Okay.
So this is the full list of all the distribution type. First 5, don't need to say, we have gone through this. The other one is trustee to decide depending on circumstances. So you put the full discretion to your trustee. It could be Precepts Trustee or it could be your individual trustee. Where you say that I really don't know how much my beneficiaries will need. I don't want to put a specific number. So I just leave the full discretion to my individual trustee or Precepts Trustee. Okay.
Can I check? For if let's say they put full discretion to Precepts Trustee, right? And they say trustee to decide depending on circumstances. So how do the beneficiaries actually apply for special circumstances to trust to decide to take the money? What's that you guys or?
I think they have to.
Oh no, email lah. Email or have a call. We will
by
have
writing or
discussion.
Then they need to prove the
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
So okay, this more what happens after the submission has been completed?
It's just to show you what happens lah, huh? Because we have been talking about the before. What happens after? So the settlor will make payment and sign. The appointed trustee, whether it's Precepts Trustee or individual trustee, will receive an email to say that, hey, this person has set up, please go in and sign or accept the appointment. Then the witness, one witness, will then have to e-sign. So it will be all different 3 emails. Settlor make payment already, there will be a link to go and sign. After he signed, trustee will receive after settlor has signed. Then witness will then sign. So it's in sequence, yeah. It's not all signed at the same time, all through email. Then depending on who's the trustee, then this is how the sequence is. Settlor, witness. Trustee, witness. If it's Precepts Trustee, just a settlor and settlor witness will do. Okay, settlor witness here and trustee witness can be the same witness, same person, or can be different, up to the client. Then we will receive the application and we'll approve within 5 business days because we will need to do some screening of the settlor. Okay, then automated email will be sent to the settlor to make the CPF nomination. So cannot, all different person cannot. Yeah, you cannot witness your own signing one. And settlor witness, these 2 can be the same person. Only these 2 can be same.
Witnesses can be the same.
Yeah.
All the witnesses.
The rest all different.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you need to upload your CPF nomination form. Only when that's happened, then you will receive a copy of the trust deed or LOW if it's discretionary. Okay. Then you'll be able to log in anytime as a settlor to retrieve the trust deed.
And 1 and 2 be done.
1 and 2. Can.
The step 1 and 2, instead of email, all these things.
Oh no, it's all by system. So because this is a digital trust. So even though you're here, you still receive email. Click on the link, sign. Then this person sign, then click, you receive email. All on the computer lor. Beside. That's why it's digital. If you give us hard copy, then we still have to scan and upload into the portal.
No, it's on the digital system. Just book a meeting room. Just book a
We're meeting room with a laptop and then just click. No. But it still go email lah, because you still have to write what is the settlor's witness email. You go to the settlor's witness email. Who is the trustee? Go to the trustee email. Still. Another upgrade that I'm pushing for is I want the advisor to fill in all these things first. Then the client come in just to sign. Yeah, but right now cannot. So it's at the client account.
Can I check, because throughout the session, if let's say, because ProviTrust is mainly targeting CPF.
Yes, yes.
If the amount is quite substantial,
Yep.
then is there an option to like choose the direction of the fund, or like, because if it's just staying with let's say they choose Precept as the
Yep.
trustee, then Precept will be holding on to the fund, but the fund will be
Managed by
Precept, but
Yep.
however there will be no like
direction. Yeah.
no direction at all.
No investment instructions here. The
Yeah,
only way you can have direction is if it's an individual trustee. You can tell your individual trustee how you like your CPF funds to be managed. But PT you can add in that investment decision. That's true. Yes. So use the will to do that. Yeah, but within ProviTrust, the instruction that we don't have a how would you like your funds to be managed as an option there. And
so to integrate what you are suggesting, basically will with Precept. Will, that's right. Then the ProviTrust go to settlor estate and
yes.
my will,
then you can write whatever there. Correct. Okay, so this is to show you how the trust deed looks like for fixed trust. So they will say things like, it's basically straight away who are your beneficiaries. Then there's only one layer. Okay, there's no beneficiaries of the settlor's estate. It's named beneficiaries. Also no class beneficiaries. Okay, for ProviTrust. Okay, then we move on. And then this how signature page. One. Discretionary trust will be more pages. Okay, something like that. And schedule showing settlor's information, trustee information, beneficiary. You see the difference here. You have substitute. Then you have your letter of wishes. Then this is your Group B substitute beneficiaries. All this will be auto-populated. No, no way. If it's an option. Yeah, no. Discretion. Yeah, let me go back. Yeah, in short, yes. I'm not sure whether they go in depth into the closure of the fund. Don't have. Settlor then is the trustee area. Yep, correct. Yeah, so settlor may remove the trustee for any reason and may appoint another trustee by deed. So that's where the $200 revision of the trustee comes in. Yeah, then they can change beneficiary anytime.
What charge change beneficiary?
200 off straight. Yeah, $200. Any change.
Say there's no meaning that if all the beneficiaries, let's say, get vanished together.
Okay.
Incident.
Okay.
Then what happened to the
Depends on.
the trust.
What happened to a trust fund?
Is it a discretionary trust? If it is, then the substitute beneficiary can take over.
What means that even
Also pass on.
Unclaimed money under the list of Precepts Trustee. In a way, what? Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
Then,
Unclaimed money or unidentified beneficiary. We just have to continue finding now. But this is.
But then it's after a certain condition, when you close it, the remainder.
We'll go to organization or whatever. Only if substitute
Maybe
had
can-
a organization.
you can put the charity as a fund, substitute group.
Yep.
So if let's say all
Then we'll
first group
have-
and then the last group, last organization is the charity,
Yeah.
then that one will be able to give to charity lah.
Mm.
Let's say it's a discretionary trust. Yeah. Actually, discretionary trust is discretionary in nature. So
Okay, in
That-
theory,
this-
in theory, it should go into estate of the substitute. But in
Estate of the last to die.
correct of the last to die lah. But if we can identify, to begin with, can we identify all the beneficiary or not? But it's a very unlikely scenario lah.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's why I say in
But
theory.
you have their beneficiary detail in your application.
Yeah. Then, but how to determine last to die if we have the death certificate also lah?
Mm.
If it's in a car, if in
Car
a
crash.
plane the whole family up there, plane crash, everyone die all together. Then how to know who?
Go by age, oh.
Go by age.
The older one thing that pass on.
Yes. Got people will come. Yep.
Okay, the most exciting part. Like what Ping Pong say, hey, compared to trust.
Okay, do you all remember the previous pricing first? 500 for individual trustee. That was actually a promo price. Actually, original is 800, then became 500. Then the other one, what if it's Precepts Trustee? Yes, it was 2,000. Then it became 1,005. So we are looking at 500 and 1,005. So now, okay, so it is a fee guide schedule. I think you go next page, then we'll zoom in. Okay, so it was 500, 1,005. Now 400 and 1,004. Okay, so with GST, with 436 or 1526.
100.
Got one more next slide. You know why not? Wait, go back.
Oh, sorry.
Because this one is applies to anyone. Meaning to say anybody will be entitled to this. But next one, then not only a bit more. If they are our existing client or they're going to write a
Custody.
will and ProviTrust together, then it's 300 and 800. Yeah. One need to be less than 1K. Yes, this is a setup fee, one time money. Next table.
Wait, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And yes,
Twinkle, I think.
yeah, all on Twinkle.
Yes.
Go to previous slide.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, and it's here already in your flyer. Yeah, so if it's your client or they're going to write a will, it's 300, 800. Okay.
Okay, next thing. What's in it for me? WIIFM. So we're talking about commission, obviously, right? So you think it's 10%? Who think 10%?
20 or 30?
What's the current?
Of course, we put like that. 40, 50, that is. Okay, so 30% or whatever a client pay.
Yes.
Yes. Must have
Correct.
custody now. So
Annual-
means they have already written with you. They are either on annual or premium or whatever custody. As soon as they have an existing custody, they'll be entitled. Yeah. If they have already written the will, but the will is with them, then both.
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 Not
Does
counted.
apply to anyone that you.
Correct.
As long as you use the custody, they will enjoy this week.
Yes, annual also
The last
apply.
custody, what's the current price?
Annual, which one?
1308. Lifetime custody.
Before 65 years old.
If not, then it's 800 plus
Yes,
GST.
correct. Okay, so commission already touched already. Okay, so
Then
this will
this
be
is
the admin table when the trust is activated.
And Precepts Trustee is the trustee. Then we will charge this. Okay. So I may set up at $800 now, but later when I die, Precepts Trustee will charge 4,003. Okay.
Even
Yes.
this is for ProviTrust also.
Correct.
Yes.
correct.
1 year to 3 years, then beyond that,
Usually you don't have so much in your CPF lah. Yeah. So we didn't go beyond 3 now. Okay.
Because we are not able to combine that, right? So this substantial money because got
usually pour in a lot of money. This CPF don't have a lot of money. Because usually buy house.
Don't appoint precepts. Yeah.
If let's say they only have 300 combined, so then this one 4,364,86. If they only have 300,000, this is like quite a substantial amount.
So that is if they also appoint Precepts Trustee, right?
So they want Precepts Trustee, they are will already Precepts Trustee, but
I see.
existing time, then it will be 2 fees, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, it is 2
It
fees.
is.
Because PT 1 fee.
Let me show. Yeah, this is something also I need to tell. I need to show you all explicitly. Yeah. I feedback still the same. Okay, so we have, for example, we have will. Let me explain current fees first. Yeah. So we have estate admin fee, and then we also have trust admin fee. Right? Okay, so this means that if I have a will, and then it falls under estate admin, and then that table applies. If I have a TT, then under trust, in this case, right now, if it's a will, go to TT, they will look at duration. If my estate admin takes 1 year, then it will fall under the 0.2% to 0.5% charge. And then the TT will just follow subsequently at this amount. In this case, trust admin fee only comes in if PTL is appointed. Estate admin will only also same thing. Yeah. So individual, no money. Don't need. If I appoint my brother, then my brother just do for free lah. Okay. So this is the first scenario. Second scenario is I have a will, and then I say everything go to my standby trust, right? So how do we charge? Right here, we don't have the double charging. Okay, so the moment estate admin happens, whatever the duration is, there's only estate admin. Only when it goes to trust, then only trust admin comes in. So quite similar. Here comes the but. If I have a will, let me see how to draw this, yeah? And I have a ProviTrust, separate. ProviTrust usually will pay out first, right? Because very fast, straight away, trust admin fee kicks in, which is the 4K. Then later when will settle, during this period, then estate admin fee will kick in. 2 charges.
Then if the will still have a TT for the rest,
then same follow law. Here law.
So it's like cheaper payment. So it's PT1, PT1.
PT comes after estate admin ends lah. Then trust admin happens law. Follow on from there lah. Same lah, same.
Plus this is annual fees, right?
Yes, per annual, per annum. Then trust admin here.
So technically 1% minimally or 8.720.
Wow, what is 8.7?
Or 2 times 4,360.
Oh wow, yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
This already charged PA. Go inside, still charge another one, PA, right? When it goes into the wheel, the PT.
Yeah, PT going to TT.
So the same amount charged 2 times.
Yeah.
Why is it that?
Why lah? Yes, unfortunately, there are 2 separate fees.
Yeah, but
I'm not trust department, so I just tell you all, I already fight already. Yeah.
Marketing department.
Yeah.
Yeah, per annum, she said.
First time you mentioned
Per annum.
Per annum, because trust admin.
The will admin is 1 time, right?
Yeah.
Executor admin is.
Depends on duration. If you cross 1 year.
But usually if cross 1 year, it's going to be TT.
Yeah, but let's say the estate cannot gather. So this one depends.
Let's say it is will to a standby trust, right? And under the will, under the standby trust, you also nominate yourself. So it would avoid the double charges.
Because it will do this way. Yes. So
Nomination to standby trust money will be injected.
to the trust first.
But no.
Will I mean, the so-called by right, the TA starts here, but only on the CPF component. Yeah. So again, so in your trust, you might have done insurance nomination. You might have done CPF nomination, right? Once the funds go in here, trust admin starts. It can also be concurrent, correct? True. Okay, so in summary, what I want to tell you, okay, now I must say the practical on the ground thing. If you meet a client, one individual trustee, actually they charge, they don't have to pay all this lah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then very straightforward. So all they need to know is I pay $300 now, right, or $400, right? Then that's it. Appoint an individual trustee. This person take care of everything. But of course, you know the limitations lah. The issue is, let's say my individual died lah before and all that. That's one way. But if let's say you have clients say, hey, I already appoint Precepts as my executor in a will, then my CPF money also got significant money. That's why I need ProviTrust, I also want. Then the client must be aware that they will pay $800 ProviTrust. Later on, they will need to expect to pay another 4K for estate admin. So the total cost is this. Yeah. But this one is from estate lah. This one is estate.
Quite close to the standby trust cost.
PT depends on what's the instruction. No? If the instruction is lump sum or 5 years later.
For you.
But if it's one time, then use CPF nomination lah. Yeah, you avoid that.
Upsell good one. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but if it's
Go around to talk about
but however, right? If it's standby trust, okay, so let's compare the price. Standby trust, you maybe will have written a will, maybe 600, right? Because it's a simpler will. Then I have to pay 5.5K for the setup fee. Then later on, I'll still have to pay 4K lah for
Trust fund. Trust fund
or
2K.
plus depend on the estate size. Then this is the comparison.
Also trust fund. 2K.
Maybe the 4K you can put behind that for a year.
Yep, agree. So this is like per year.
Pay 4K.
Yes, if it's
Or
below
below
1
1
mil, if it's
below
below
1
1 mil. Okay, but remember this 4%, this 4K, right? Is at 0.5%. Okay.
That's provided if the person has more than 850,000 inside the account.
850,000.
Yeah, then it's 45%. If it's more than 850,000, it's going to be more than
Wow, your math very good. Very, yes.
Order for the client to want to pick up ProviTrust and then do the TP, right? Fall into the residuary. It is already assumed that in their will they also have a TP.
Yes.
So it means to say that upon their demise, their TP in their will also kick in.
Yes.
So you're also paying 4,000 there.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're paying 4,000 there, which is why the setup fee is already net off, then you might as well do a standby trust. You get what I mean?
Yes. The ProviTrust is mainly for CPF money.
Alright, so let's say if a person is willing to do what is that called, TP to their will under the ProviTrust, then it means to say that their will already have a TP to cater for. So if that is the case, right, when their will, they die and then their will and TP kick in, they are also incurring the 4,000 in the will and TP. And at the same time, they're also incurring 4,000 over here, so 8,000. Then you must well do a standby trust because standby trust, the setup is 600 plus 5.5 plus 4,000. So it's the same.
I hear you. Annabelle, are you saying that
You understand?
what this lady has just said? If I pour the CPF inside with the
TT.
PT,
You still pay
you
trust
still
admin fee.
continue to pay for it.
Trust admin fee.
Yes,
Yes,
correct.
I clarified, confirm. Okay.
It's okay, relax.
9.5, 9.5, 10.3. 10.3, 9.1.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, wait. Okay, so I just counted, yeah.
Use TT fund is put in the FD.
Here, pay 8K,
Is
9.5,
understand.
10.3. In total, cost 10.3K. Can see? Sorry.
For the first year.
Yeah.
Yes, plus set up 10.3K if they do it in this manner. If I standby trust, more flexibility.
And then the second year, you.
Cheaper also.
Over.
Yeah, cheaper also.
Oh, wait, this one got the disbursement. Currently 100 gonna be 150 next time, 150 per year.
It's a lesser amount.
Yeah, I mean, but for 20 years, then it's still, how many? How much? 2,000. So this one, you must remember there's ongoing disbursement, yeah? Okay, the biggest difference is the outlay while I'm alive. While I'm alive, I may not want to pay so much out of pocket. But I know that my estate can cover this. Go for this. Will and TT with ProviTrust. With the knowledge that this will be charged later.
Outgoing, I'll pay 8K a year. Well, standby charge.
No,
Only one time fee for ProviTrust only. Only like one time. For PT, only one time only.
if my all go to will,
Then it's
yeah, then it's one time. But if my ProviTrust, this is 100%. But if my ProviTrust has another instruction for my beneficiary, ongoing.
There's no in the ProviTrust is everything go to your just nominate to the will plan already.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's the other way to do it.
Yes.
Then you have you don't pay the cost pay the
No, true.
Yes. Yes.
Let's say compared with CPF Nomination, you cannot nominate yourself, right? So ProviTrust, I can nominate to myself, my estate.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so I think we have summarized. If you want to meet a client, do ProviTrust. Just do 100% will. Residual. Then you actually bundle money, do together.
And the ProviTrust, when you do 100% the will, you cannot nominate. But you cannot nominate precept, you got to nominate.
Can I
You
nominate myself?
cannot. What's the point?
The DD can be.
Wait. So you're this,
Oh,
you see, you're this.
This is improvement 2.0.
Wait, so okay, so your this ProviTrust, if you nominate to your own will, your TT in your will, if you do that for but if you appoint a individual trustee, it will go into the trustee, then who must then pay out to your will.
According to
Say
your
if it's
instruction,
if it's precept you appoint precept for as a trustee for your will. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to avoid this $4,000. So
But then once it come our hands, then the trust admin side.
If you want to avoid the 1,000, don't even have ProviTrust.
Just do a will.
Yeah, just do
But
the
CPF one,
Just nominate.
you can nominate your will.
alright, cannot nominate will.
You
That's the
nominate to
thing.
your estate, you still have to incur the.
4K plus.
Yes.
The fees.
For this ProviTrust, there's two ways, right, in order to transfer it to your will. So first option is individual. You got to appoint an individual trustee
If you want to avoid the 4K.
to avoid the 4K.
Okay.
So your this 1 million in your CPF would appoint to this
Individual executor.
individual trustee. And then this trustee got to put into your will.
Instruction to the individual trustee have to
Go to the
Not instruction, because you already chosen the settlor estate. But then the
Yes.
trustee is the individual.
yes. Okay.
The trustee got to bye.
Sorry about it.
Still,
Honest-
the keyword is quite
You
like.
need to do trust. You need to try the trustee.
The second way, you will not be able to avoid this 4,000 because you only have 1 million in your CPF maximum 1 million. So you appoint precept, you got to pay this 4,000 in order for precept to put it into your will.
Yes.
Yes, you have to follow TT.
And collect all the.
So you're putting your do it for you.
No, it's 6,000. It's 7%.
get a trustee in the office. Responsibility lies with the trustee.
But
I mean, if you come to successfully from this. Our legal. This husband, no way, yeah. Yeah, the trustee, then we have. In this case, we cannot hold an individual trustee, like accountable, because you have appointed the individual trustee to set your good faith.
even knowing that this money is supposed to go into back the work, can just hold on to the money and not
Just this individual trustee.
Be honest.
so can precepts sue the person?
If we need money and there's beneficiaries who are in dire need, yes.
So you still go after the
I think Precept will still charge the estate on the.
Of course,
legal
of course.
fee.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot, yeah.
And the legal fees will be much higher than okay. Because minimum legal fee, I think 8K plus 10K on such things. No, if you have trust issue, you cannot say that.
And then because it's a will for an estate, I mean, I'm not commingle. He's trying to sway this ProviTrust. Anyway. Still charge so much, I think the price. Yeah, we feedback quite. It's quite hefty. And okay, let me tell you why. Because have discount. You realize we only see the need. We only have one set of keys. And it's all transparent. Whether you're public, whether you come from anywhere, our wills fee is always the same. Our trust fee is always the same. Same goes as their charge. They are very reluctant to have a separate fee guide just for a particular product. Yeah, so I explain to you why. So anybody coming to us, our fees are all the same. It's only whether you come through an ESP. If you come through an ESP, we'll pay ESP.com. If you come to us direct and we handle direct, then it's still the same fees. We won't give you a discount just because you're not paying. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, coming to the end,
Yeah. So you have this flyer to show your client. Then we have a submission guide given to